Hi, I have a brief talk for you today on Yoga Sutra 133. This sutra I have found to be very helpful in daily interactions, particularly being a person who can be strongly influenced by the emotional state or the vibration of others. This is a sutra that has helped me to develop some healthy boundaries and given me some tools and ability to appropriately frame my interactions with other people in a way that is effectual and caring both to myself and to the other person. So Yoga Sutra 133 describes 4 traits that we might encounter and describes these traits as locks, and then offers us 4 keys that we might use if we come up against this particular obstacle. The sutra says, by cultivating attitudes of friendliness toward the happy, compassion for the unhappy, delight in the virtuous, and dispassion toward the non-virtuous, the mind stuff retains its undisturbed calm. I love that inherent in this sutra, or this thread of wisdom, is that ending phrase around the mind stuff retaining its undisturbed calm. Right therein is a reminder that our natural state is calm, clear, tranquil, peaceful. But as embodied beings in the world, we get shifted. We shift out of that state, sometimes through an experience that arises internally, sometimes through an external stimulus or interaction. So here we have examples of folks that we might encounter in our day who may be happy, who may be unhappy, who might be virtuous, who might be not virtuous in their thoughts, words, actions. And any of these could have the potential to shift us out of that experience of peace, right? So the sutra says to cultivate friendliness toward the happy, which seems easy enough to celebrate the happiness, the joy of another. But at the same time, there's that potentiality to see the person who is happy and to perceive separation, to play the comparison game, and to have the ego say, but I want that. Or does that happiness make my experience less than? So we can sort of disengage or disempower that narrative by cultivating friendliness toward the happy. And the next lock and key says to develop compassion for the unhappy, to have this capaciousness within our heart that allows us to see when another person is hurting and to develop compassion for the unhappy. Delight in the virtuous, to surround ourselves with those who act for the highest good of others and to rise to that, to aspire to that right action. And then to develop dispassion toward the non-virtuous. So this does not mean that we are ignorant to or we put blinders on to non-virtuous deeds, but it means that we respond appropriately in a way that does not create future suffering for self or for others. So attitudes of friendliness toward the happy, compassion for the unhappy, delight in the virtuous, and dispassion toward the non-virtuous. So a practice that we can use is Maitri meditation, or loving kindness meditation, or for Metta Meditation. So not Maitri, it's Metta Meditation. And it is a practice that is based on developing Maitri, which is unconditional friendliness, goodwill, benevolence, loving kindness, equanimity. And the practice itself, loving kindness meditation, metta meditation, involves offering intentions, holding space for intentions for ourselves, and then for a beloved other, for another who challenges us or who is more of a neutral person or a difficult person in our life. And then we hold this intention for all beings, and then we direct it back to ourselves again. So we bring ourselves into our awareness first and last, so that we are building ourselves up. We are filling our own cup, so to speak, to again be that spacious container that has the capacity to hold this space and to offer these intentions for others. So you'll hear in the recording that follows this little introduction that I use the language, may I be filled with loving kindness. May I be happy and well. May I be safe and at peace. And you could use any languaging, intentions, offerings that are meaningful and resonant for you, with the understanding that you use the same language each time. You state it exactly the same for yourself, for a dear one, for a person who challenges you, and for all beings, and then for yourself again. So please enjoy this recording that brings awareness to the courageous and healing capacity of the heart, and helps to, again, just raise the internal vibration so that we can have skillful interactions with all that we encounter, and to dissolve the illusion of separation between self and other. Thanks for listening.